KMFDM is a drug against war. I don't know why, but it does.
I'll have to look that one up, Steph.
A four-word acronym, that's a four-letter acronym that starts with a K, and that's what comes to my mind. Hannah.
So Razzle Dazzle, can it be Dazzle with their first opportunity on offense? They go immediately for the deep shot, but don't have the legs to get under it. Potential redemption from Bartlett, but not to be, and an early turnover, giving the first opportunity for the break. Nice swinging around the back. Arlund. It's easy high releases. We do have a little bit of a breeze today. Left to right as you have it on our camera views, and that's a lovely slinky inside flick. A nice shot from the paws of Albin Widerberg.
Albin Widerberg, and we do have to specify because there are 4 Widerbergs on this team. Did a good job in the isolation there. Came under when all eyes were on him, and the continuing throw from there was just perfection. Here's another look, but here you see the setup for the isolation and the patience, and all alone the turn and burn, and that is Bergman with the goal. Rainbow Warriors look just seamless, that offensive possession. Great. I like the isolation setup, but even before that, they were just no stall counts that really reached more than 2 or 3. Through the hands quick, and I'll say it, I love their kits. Dazzle looked good too, no problem with Dazzle kits, but I really just love the Rainbow Warriors kit, the seagull in there. I like the blue shorts. They got it all going on.
Well, the Dazzle's got kind of a soccer vibe to it, I think, jersey-wise, hasn't it?
Yeah, I almost thought when I saw them being pulled out of the bags yesterday, I almost thought it said Adidas on the front from a distance.
Well, they're second coming out on offense, but there's a drop center field. They're going to want that one back. Is it going to be another slick, quick break for the Swedes? Certainly what we saw in the last game slot when Team Finland just raced ahead. Took the half 7-0. These games to 13 here. Nice, easy swinging around the back. Just happy to take those reset passes. Now a foul, I think, on the mark.
Looks like it. Another bump there by Fakiev. And they're back in play.
Solid work again on the far side. Looking for options. Eriksson passes upfield. Wiberg. Back to Eriksson. Looking for the give goes. Now the reset to the female matching Wiberg, who gets the assist. That was a really nice, relatively stoic offense.
A good-looking offense. There was twice in that point where you saw the break side corner was wide open. Break side was wide open. Bart was there once. Rien another time. Dazzle allowing that side to kind of, you know, allowing Rainbow Warriors to throw the overs. They didn't take them. They ended up working hard to generate on the open side and made it count. But it seemed like they had 2 options there. If the open side was closed and they did want to put a bit of risk, and I'm putting up the finger quote marks, in their throws, those throws were there. And I put the fingers up because, okay, yeah, there's a bit of wind. Yeah, you might have to throw over a mark, but when it's that open, it's a little less risky. You can maybe take those fingers down.
Oh, nice early movement off the pull for Dazzle, being squeezed in their own end zone, but the speed at which they're moving now across the sand is looking pretty impressive. Inside shot, low redemption catch for the number 13. Gerda Peters. Pick upfield's going to send it back. And that is some jazzy headwear in the centre pitch.
Yeah, that is, I mean, I like our pink visors, and that's just a whole nother level. Sure, it's a hat, a cap, if you will, but wow, the color combination in there is something for the eyes to feast on.
Oh, that is a beautiful lead shot just over the tape into the end zone. A solid rundown. We'll tell you what, when Dazzle are on, they really are something. Well, I don't want to use the word dazzle because that would be a bit too obvious, but certainly a sparkling finish there, and their first point on the board.
Razzle dazzle, they're getting it done. There's two teams in this tournament, Dazzle and Spangled, that both reflect the same kind of brilliance and shininess that kind of, you get that vibe from a sequence or a, well, stars spangling, razzles dazzling. But here, Dazzle getting it done on the board, keeping it tight as they can early on.
Well, I have to give the credit there, really. The back of that point was all about that break around in stride from Jonathan Ingersoll, or as he likes to be known, Johnny. But yeah, speaking of razzle dazzle, being by the ocean makes me think of the very brief period before the introduction of radar of razzle dazzle boat design, when you were using sights to line up the two scopes to see the distance of a warring ship, an enemy ship. They used to paint the sides of warships with all sorts of weird patterns and colours, sort of, you know, try and change the outline, make it harder to determine where your enemies are in war. Of course, no enemies here, only opponents. Spirit of the game's always very high, especially on beach events. Hunger God shoots up line to Eriksson. It's a reach, but it'll do fine enough. Rapid movement, swinging though. Enjoying the flow of this Swedish side. Their offense well honed. That one though, going to have to take a second effort. The little fingertips of the begloved hands of Stefan Hungergaard working out. Oh, would that too much of a reach? Might be. Oh, you see the hand flail, but David Barth unable to connect.
He smacks the ground there, a little upset with himself. You saw his footing just came from without him when he was ready to launch, so he's not happy as that one goes the other way.
Yeah, fantastic early movement from Dazzle, looking to get the break back. This to level us up and put us on serve, and they do. Dima with the throw and a little fist bump to celebrate.
Nice break by Dazzle. I liked Rien curling off there. He was the only one in. He left the mark to go into coverage to try and, but an isolation without a mark, it's that much easier too. If you're gonna pick your poison as a defender here, you see Rien, he is better to peel off and go into coverage. But as no one's still there by the time a second move is made, it's very easy. Every side's an open side.
Well, if you are enjoying our coverage here live from the beach, do jump into the live chat. Like, subscribe, you know what to do, folks. And if you are, of course, a fan of Ultimate Art, as we like to refer to it, also you can become a patron, Steph.
That is a great idea. I would do it. Wait, I have done it. I feel great about it every time I think about it, too. It really brings a joie de vivre for those of you familiar with that French expression of life enjoyment. It's so easy to do. Get on the website, check out our patron page, click the buttons, and be part of the patron program. Benefits, be part of our community.
Absolutely, get yourself some benefits. And it costs you just a few joules of your energy to like and subscribe, and also hit that thumbs up button. That's why I give a thumbs up to Rainbow Warriors, who've got the win behind them. A little bit of a poach off, smart defense from Dazzle, but that one is going to come unglued. A little bit of hesitation in front of the disc and a turnover generated, but the full field against the force of this feisty breeze. It's thrown straight into the jaws of the defense, and quick turnover. My goodness, that was a very strange series of events. But Rainbow Warriors convert just about.
Yeah, Josef Wiberg is not going to be too upset about that series of events after his rushed throw to goal accounted to be a turnover. The Sardinian wind gods were with him and gave it right back, gave his team a second chance and him a chance to let go of that turnover just a little bit easier. And Rainbow Warriors back in front, 3-2. Nice game here. Dazzle, of course, you know, sometimes a little bit of surprise with the pickup teams, if you want to call them that. The throw together teams, the last minute teams here. But some great players on this team, a lot of experience, and no reason they cannot pull one off here.
Yeah, most of these players have been throwing Frisbees since they were in their teens or their early 20s, but there are a couple that picked up the sport later on, which we'll see later in the stages of the tournament. That one going nowhere, though, almost immediately out of bounds, trying to hit the deep space, but unable to connect, and a short-ish field, I think about 3/4 of the length.
And that was Johnny Ingersoll who threw that from Sudbury, Massachusetts. And I thought it was going to be Sudbury, Ontario when I first looked at it, the Nickel City, but I'm delighted to see that there's another Sudbury out there.
So, Kari Wiberg popping through to Eriksson. A lot of space being given by both of the defenses for these handlers to work in. Isolation from the Swedes is much better upfield. Ah, another beautiful reaching, leading pass against this breeze. Trying to direct traffic. Oh, is that a push pass? Cheeky.
It did look like it. Great looking throw there in the end. Danny Eriksson finds Angegard, and I'm going to give Angegard another shout out here because his throwing right now, that was a hockey assist and then the goal. He set himself up to get in, but he's all over the place. It makes more sense now to realize how good Alva and Jonathan are, seeing what their hereditary is like, where they get their genetic profile from. That is the push pass again to Angegard, but he's having a spectacular game out there. Another legend. Again, I've said it once, I'll say it a few times, but you know, yes, older, mobility a little slower than in the past, but these players out here, legends of their times, and the fact that they're still doing it and doing it at a very high quality is inspirational to me, and it should be to the youth of this game.
Well, and it's funny you call some of them legends, considering that actually the legends sort of age division does exist only in North America. But many of the athletes out here are actually eligible for that. So playing in their own end zone looks to be potentially a foul call. Yeah.
Legends, of course, the 60-plus age category over in the U.S.
Indeed, whereas this is 48-plus here at Great Grandmasters. So an uncontested foul and a lovely lead to escape the end zone. So no Callahan country anymore, but Cook's going to throw an ambitious around into the sand. Short field opportunity. Ireland, high release, sails down to the knee slide.
Well, they make them pay there. The Swedes, no mucking around when they got that one back with the short field. The high release over the shoulder, backhand there. Even in these now gusty, it's been breezy this morning. I would say it's moved to gusty now. It's pushing left to right on your screen, and it's pushing with a little bit of consistency now. There's another look at that. The knee slide finish for Rainbow Warriors.
Yeah, you're saying you're really enjoying the kits here, and it's a great look for Rainbow Warriors, but I have to say it's very difficult to see the numbers on the shirts and shorts. Certainly the shorts.
The shorts, yes. Which, again, now we're very particular as commentators. We want them most important thing should be the number legend.
Spanish national passport. Can reside back in his home nation, so to speak. That's a lovely pass from Kingren, reaching towards that backside. Little holster, but just the patience pays off dividends. Wiberg in plenty of isolation. There might have been a pick earlier on, though. Suspiciously free, some might say.
Yes, suspiciously free. I think I loved the fake there on that throw. He really sold it to the mark. Did Wiberg, Albin Wiberg, and he was going to get a clean throw into the end zone. So beneficial that there was a pick, and Dazzle get another chance. Let's hope the mark can hold a little tighter, even with some great negotiation.
So back in action. That one's going to sail, going to have to be redeemed. Oh, great heads-up play from Bergman.
Head by Bergman. She almost pressed it onto her forehead there, and Dazzle going the other way now.
Although they just called the halftime, so we might have missed something.
Half there, 25 minutes into a 45-minute game is the likelihood of that one. So 5-6-3 now for the Rainbow Warriors, stretching ahead bit by bit here, and more so in this last couple of frames. It was 3-2 before a nice run by the Rainbow Warriors. We see some of the next teams start to litter our sideline. Hurt versus Tragic Hips coming up next at 11, 35 minutes from now. But lots of action before we get anywhere close to that one. Still on center field here. The Swedes, they've got great beaches, I hear.
Only in my dreams, Steph. Only in my dreams. Of course, the history of Courier Island, a nation put together just to assist in World Championships to create more complete schedules, and certainly here at the World Great Grandmasters Beach Ultimate Club Championships we have 16 teams here in this wonderful division. The format's a bit strange. You have your initial pools of 4, so 4 pools of 4, and then you have a bit of a reseeding affair, as it were. So the top 2 teams in the initial pools will play against the bottom 2 teams of another pool, just to kind of make everything fair in terms of the collections of club athletes coming out here on the sands. But I still Angegård now. Plenty of room for Eriksson, and he keeps going. There's a pick call elsewhere. Not sure how valid I feel that one is, Steph.
We've seen one phantom pick today in this game, in fact, and that may well be the second. Suspiciously open indeed, but maybe a early stoppage to claim the prevention of cutting.
Well, to be fair, Steph, it might have been just a case of the pick was made early, but just not as well communicated as it. Amount of room in the deep space for quite some time, but it will come back into the hands of Stefan Angegård. Wiberg optioned underneath, but Bath instead. Oh, lefty hammer. We love to see it, and plenty of space for Carla Wiberg for that goal. So another for the Swedes. 7-3 now for Rainbow Warriors.
7-3. That is a break to start the half, and they're starting off just about where they finished off on that corner-to-corner hammer for the conversion. Rainbow Warriors showing that warrior spirit and putting the foot down in the second half. And I tell you what, Hanny, look at our lovely drone shots, beautiful as always, but even a bit more colorful with this fiery ball in the sky. Starting to fight through the clouds. We're getting a little bit of sun now.
Yeah, it's been emerging every so often, but I have to say, we haven't mentioned it yet. It is quite humid here in Sardinia. a real muggy feeling. I'm very glad that we're sat under our tent and not having to run around and get hot and sweaty to add to the effect.
I wouldn't mind if the Clouds win this battle today, I'll tell you that.
Well, as someone who hails from an island not known for its sun, I'd be quite happy with that result too. But it looks like an injury. Johan Alund coming off. It's back in play. Nice lead, but that one's just going to be a little bit of a bridge too far to be crossed by Guerra. Eriksson pops back to start us off. Kindrum. Nice and smooth and easy. Bergman now goes, oh, I thought she was throwing that inside shot. She sold me with the fake. Eriksson lefty round. Oh, lovely continuation up line. You can hear the strike call from the sideline, but it's too little, a little bit too late. Really good stuff on the bounce. And another break for Rainbow Warriors, 8-3.
To no avail, the strike calls, the quick catch and release, catching, facing upfield, turning downfield and release. Eriksson started it off, as we're going to see right here. Sorry, after this throw, here it is, Eriksson catch and boom, and it just continued the rest of the way there, all the way up that line. Very quick movement to find the end zone after that Eriksson throw opened up the north-south attack for the Rainbow Warriors. They're now up 8-3, and again, it was once 3-2 in this game. And since then, a 5-1 run for the Swedish Warriors here.
So, I'm not sure what's occurred here. I think perhaps a drop pull. Yep, drop pull. So, ideal field position. Immediately, Angagor just pops it over, sets his pivot, and a casual toss for the 9th point. There's going to be a minor discussion as to the fact that perhaps that wasn't tapped in.
I understand the argument by Ingersoll, the Dazzle player there, saying that happened too quick, but I do believe that he just had such a casual nature about it. The foot was down, it was planted, and he just like put the foot down. And here's another look. Watch how, like, is that foot, boom, is it? Yes, indeed it was. He didn't turn his to face.
Was that on the line? I feel like that foot might have been on the line.
The catch or his foot?
The foot for the pivot foot.
Does it need to be behind the line?
Well, that would, I bet, that's a good question.
I thought you could bring it in with the foot on the line when
that's
you
true, because on the line is
turn
not
over
in the end zone. Well, either way, Dazzle respond with a fantastic leading pass into plenty of space, finding Tracy de Cruz. Oh, you cheeky, cheeky thrower. Downing trying to go for the scuba to scoop across, but gets denied. So it's all happening in this point, and another turnover as they try and hit Angagod in the deep space. So Dazzle back on offense, Downing again. Goes for something a little bit more conservative. Oh, and surely that's going to work. A beautiful throw to de Cruz, and the score for Dazzle.
Nice throw by Downing there. You got mixed up in a little bit of contact earlier in the point two on that bounced off the defender, knocked him into a spin, but recovers after that turnover. They get another one back and throw a beautiful leading flick. De Cruz on the receiving end. And bring it back to halfway there, 8-4, a double up for Rainbow Warriors, but one better than they were for Dazzle.
Wow, a nice throw from Eugene or Huge Downing, who's played for a team that I think has a bit of a wordy but an inspired name, which starting with the beach, a mixed team from 2003 all the way up till last year, 2022.
Wow, that's one heck of a name.
It says his sporting hero is Charlie Thacker of Austin, a WMB team, Firewheel, just simply because she rocks.
What more reason do you need?
And he's himself been an ultimate volunteer. And of course, if you fancy ever volunteering at an ultimate tournament, highly recommend it, especially beach events. Where else would you want to be? In the sun here in Sardinia? Few places are as nice, but that is a beautiful arcing flick. What a peach from the hands of Josef Wiberg.
Yeah, that one, a beautiful right here it is. Half of the field's taken and easily received in the end zone there. Rainbow Warriors taking to 9-4.
Well, Wiberg with some pretty well-honed throws. He's been playing since 1985. Played for the Swedes in 95, got himself a gold for his troubles back with Sweden Open in France. 1998, he was fourth when they were in Minneapolis. Silver in Heilbronn in 2000. Plenty of beach experience too, including, not limited to, the Sweden Beach Grandmasters in 2017 back in Royan. Of course, we were there earlier this season, Steph, for the European Beach Ultimate Club Championships in only the seniors division.
Yeah, it was wonderful, that tournament there in Royan as well.
And we'll be back as well if they've said that it's going to happen next year. So smooth moves around the back from Dazzle. Oh, a bit of a spangly throw that one, but a little bit of contact afterwards and strip called. So that will stand as a goal for Keenan Keenan.
And Dazzle respond. What a way to make a living. 9-5 out there. Doing it like Dolly Parton. Down by 4. 8 minutes, 43 seconds remain here on the beach in Sardinia. Can Dazzle find more of that magic? Can they keep it coming? Thus far, Rainbow Warriors, every time they get scored on, their response looks definitive. It looks very exacting. And if they continue to do that, Dazzle's going to have trouble. But there's lots of game to play. If Dazzle can show something different on D and slow down this Swedish outfit, there is plenty of time to bring this one back to level Pagans.
Well, I feel like it might have to be more action coming out of the hands of the number 20, Huge Downing, who's been putting up some absolute peaches. A couple of curious throws here and there, but is it going to be another clean hold for Rainbow Warriors? They have looked pretty fine during most of this game. Wiberg. That one a little bit loft on it, but easy enough finding a fellow Wiberg. Albin. That one rises for Eriksson. Oh, what a throw directly into the wind from the left arm for the number 10. Danny Eriksson throws up another exceptional throw. The execution into the wind, Steph, in this game has been particularly enjoyable to watch.
Yeah, Josef Wiberg on the receiving end didn't need to do anything except close his hands. That throw into wind, again, to account for it that well on that sideline, a little outside in, just that's kind of almost like the touch you need on the throws to throw to yourself when you kind of just loft them up in the wind and they come back. A beautiful shape, as you see from our field level camera there. Great shot, getting all the action and really letting you have a feel of the touch on that throw.
Well, on the first goal being collected by Josef Wiberg, he's been racking up the assist stats, 2 so far of Rainbow Warriors 10s, but it's been a relatively well distributed affair with the exception of a couple, Wibergs and Erikssons. But Dazzle looking to respond here. They have Downing with the disc. Ooh, hot pressure on the far sideline, a little bit of a cheeky poach from Nicholas Wren. inside to Bartlett. That's a lovely, this is the ankle of Tracy De Cruz as she struck away to the deep space.
Yeah, there's a sand monster out there.
Oh, there's always a sand monster. That's why people fall over so much at beats. They're just there, giggling as they tickle your feet and grab your ankles.
It makes a lot of sense now that I think about it.
Angagod shooting into the centre, but trying to go for the point and shoot is red. Green, sorry. About 5 minutes remaining and change. Stumbles, tries to regain his composure, but the throw goes anywhere and the disc back in dangerous Downing hands. Big shot into the deep space. Well sheltered. Kaleviberg just waiting at the back, trying to deny. Markovic had to give up on that one. Bergman. Angagod, has plenty of separation, and it's a choppy top pass to Kaleviberg. And that is 11-5 to Rainbow Warriors. 2 shy of points cap, but 4 minutes to go. What's the total game tally going to be to, Steph? What do you reckon?
I think we're going to get to 13 if I'm a betting man, but I mean, that means we only got to get to 12 before the hooter goes. Backhand by Angagard. He continues to show off what he's got in the tool belt. And Rainbow Warriors now, again, when they've stretched it to more than double, 6 up and 2 away. There was a moment where there was a chance for a Dazzle comeback. Now that seems nearly impossible.
It does seem quite far away, and with just about 3 minutes remaining, it would have to be quite the stand, unfortunately. A stand and watch the disc fall between his legs for Dazzle players.
Only 1, 2, 3, 4.
Wiebert pops through. Eriksson. A hammer to find the back of the end zone. A little bit of a height mismatch exploited there, and another goal for Albin Wiebert. Teams really need to try and shut down that number 5. That will be his 4th goal of this game.
Yeah, the big man in the back of the end zone, he's a goal-scoring machine. And I think that is being called game. With time expiring, it's 12-5. Or time nearly expiring.
Well, our scorekeeper on the sideline, I think that we may have missed one of the goals during the first half then, Stefan, because that would have been the reason for the confusion. We thought half had been taken at 6-3 rather than 7-3. So maybe there was one that they snuck past us. We'll have to watch the tape back.
Goals without us noticing? I thought we caught everything. But we are catching as much as we can. We're very happy you're with us. We hear you in the comments. We know we've got some internet things we're working out. And as somebody said in the comments there, you're hoping it is startup problem, 2nd game of the tournament. It is all coming together. We are actively working it all out. It will be worked out, so stay with us. All that action, all this action is going to be coming to you, and we are so happy to be dishing it out.
Absolutely, and when we do have internet problems, there is always a thing, because we collect all of this footage in the box as well. So if need be, we can always re-upload it for glory later on for the players to watch back. And of course, you lovely Ultimate fans watching at home. So we have a pleasure to have you with us. But don't go anywhere, folks. In about 15 minutes, we are going to have our 3rd game of the morning slot here at the World Great Grandmasters Beach Ultimate Club Championships. It's a North American affair. We have Hurt of the USA versus Tragic Hips from Canada.
That's a song by Johnny Cash that he covered by 9 Inch Nails versus a band from Canada, isn't that right? Or are these two great Grandmasters Beach Ultimate teams?
A battle of a band and a song. Interesting, interesting. Well, we'll have to see who comes out the victor. That, of course, action from Pool C. The other two teams that will be facing off against Rainbow Warriors and Dazzle. But we will be back shortly, folks. See you in about 15 minutes.